welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and I'm here in West Bromwich, and today I thought I'd do a quick video about Hilltop High School. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk along Hilltop to the site of where the Hilltop School used to be and have a look around and see if there's anything left, any traces of the school that used to stand there since 1911. So let's go and have a look and see if we can find anything left of the old school. I recently did a video of Churchfield School just to show you what was left of the school there, and frankly there wasn't anything. I think there was a plaque that was put near some of the new apartments there, just stating that once a school stood there, but I'm not sure if there's anything left of Hilltop School, but so there might be. We're going to have a look. There was a couple of other large comprehensive schools in the West Bromwich area, and they're still kind of standing, if you like. We used to have the Menzies secondary school that used to be the grammar school down in 88th, and that's now called the Finn's Collegiate. It was more or less knocked down and rebuilt. George Schultz is still kind of standing. George Schultz Academy now, and that still got a lot of the old 1930s parts of the building still there. Just here, as we make our way along Hilltop, there used to be a cinema here, but we're going back quite some time, because the cinema, it was originally built as the Hilltop Picture House in July 1921. It was closed in 1938 for renovations, reopened in January 1939, and it was known locally as the Rex, and audiences began to dwindle in the 50s, and it was finally closed in 1960. And strangely, the Dart Spring, the spring manufacturers based in Over End Street in West Bromwich, bought the building, the Rex, in around 1960, and they just used it for storage purposes. They eventually sold it in 1976 to the Dudley Street Motor Company, and I think it became, was it PJ Evans that used to be around here? But yeah, the Rex used to lie back a bit from the main road. You know, even though it was demolished in 1976, I don't even remember it, you know. I think because it used to lie back a bit from the road, maybe I missed it, but I did come through Hilltop quite a bit back in the 70s, early 70s, but just don't seem to remember it at all. And anyway, look at all the shops along here now in Hilltop. You wouldn't recognise any of these from the 70s, 80s. These are all like new apartments above. In fact, when I look above these shops, there are apartments up there, but I'm not sure if anybody's in them, you know. There's nothing in the window to suggest they're occupied. There's a big store there, isn't that? Polo Smack. Just here, look. Is that closed down or what? It's a large frontage. And we got our favourite stores there, haven't we? Barbering and hairdressing. Well, the catchment area of the Hilltop High School were obviously around this Hilltop area and down a lot of the Black Lake estate and down towards Harville's Hawthorne. Dial Lane down there, that used to be mainly the catchment area for the high school in Hilltop. And so many of you who used to go to the school are quite familiar with all these surroundings. Again, we've got the Hilltop supermarket looks a fairly new building. Just down there is a road called Wallface, and a Wallface, I think it was named after a colliery that used to operate down the bottom end. We got the post. We got the post office over there. The post office used to be somewhere around here. Whether it was on this car park, it may have been just there. That's where the original, well, one of the earlier post offices used to be. I'm just looking at the stores. I mean, there's a Hilltop supermarket there. There's a pizza and there's another convenience store. Robinson's, not the original Robinson's Bakery, it's just name only, and a betting shop. And yeah, I suppose the locals are well served with a couple of local supermarkets. This is interesting as well. This particular road here, this is called Hawks Lane, but there's nothing in up Hawks Lane anymore. Hawks Lane would continue right where all those houses are built now. It would go all the way down there where there'd be shops, there'd be terraced houses, but more importantly, and many of you may know, all over there used to be the Hilltop Foundry, and Hilltop Foundry's no more. It's just it's all a big housing estate now. But Hawks Lane, as I say, used to continue right quite some way, but it ends just about there now. And so there's actually nothing here at Hawks Lane except something called Hawks Lane car park. This is another Polish store over there, Slazak, Polski Sklep, and a butcher's. Now you don't see many butchers these days, do you? No, there used to be loads of butchers around, but I don't really see much about these days. Just over there, you can see that's where you go to have your mobility scooter repaired. This is called now the new Hen and Chickens pub. It is now new because it's now a bar and grill. It's not the old traditional Hen and Chickens that's been standing there for years and years. And all here now, there's all this wall here, but that used to be a car park just there, where obviously when you visited the pub you'd park your car outside the public house, but that's long gone now. All this building here, I think it was all this building, but this used to be Humphrey Lugs. Humphrey Lugs, the famous ironmongers, set up in around now in the 1920s, 1930s. There's a pharmacy up there, set quite back from the main road, and more car parking over there. Here's Humphrey Lugs. Used to go through there and park. And finally, we finally reached the site of Hilltop School. So, what do we have left of the old school? This is called Siddons Way. Now, Siddons, is that a nod to the school? Was that the name of a teacher or a headmaster? Well, did you remember the school used to go all the way along the front here with its bell tower, and first straight away I've noticed there are some reminder to the school, because we got some metal fencing there. This is the old school fencing that still goes around the perimeter of the old high school. And yeah, let's carry on down here. As a nod to the school, do you think there'd be a little plaque anywhere here? It doesn't look like it. Now, did the school premises slope like this? Because you can see now it's the road Siddons Way now slopes downwards. So I've got all these new houses built on the site now, look. It was opened in 1911. Was the school. In the earlier days they would have infants and juniors attend this school, but both were moved to the Eighty Heath area by 1952. And this became a secondary school. And by 1969 it became the Hilltop Comprehensive School, or High School. It doesn't look a particularly large area. I suppose by modern standards the school would be rather too small if it was still going today, I'd have thought. But looking ahead, you can still see that's we've still got some main walling of the school straight ahead, and beyond the wall is Coles Lane. Yeah, you can still see the wall. It just kind of ends there, just by that car. I think that's a private path to somebody's back garden. I've often heard it said that this school had air raid shelters, and you could actually access the air raid shelters somewhere around here somewhere, but there's no sign of those now. I'm assuming that the school was built mainly on a flat, but as you can see, it does slope downwards. It was during 1940 that a couple of classrooms and two main halls were bombed during the Second World War, 1940, causing severe damage to the school and had to be rebuilt. Part of it had to be rebuilt. The school closed down in July 1992. And then it was sold for redevelopment, the land. The school was bulldozed, and we have this housing estate. Let's have a quick look down there again, where we've just come from. So what we have left of the school, as far as I can see, are the perimeter railings and the school wall that separated the school from Coles Lane. Actually, there is still one other reminder of the school. And it's just here on the corner of Siddons Way, and it's I think it's called the caretaker's house. It used to be the caretaker's house. Yes, this goes here. Is there anybody in there? The windows have got all that windowing on the windows to stop you looking in. There's a lot of building work going at the rear as well. So you can still see here as well, look, some old fencing, metal fencing from the days of the school, all along the front here, look, of the old caretaker's house. Let's just walk along the rest of the frontage of the old school, Hilltop High School, as we come to the lights of Coles Lane and New Street to the right. Ahead is towards West Bromwich town. Look at all these old railings, look. The old concrete bases that they're in. Yep. There's still a reminder of the past. They all need painting now, they're all peeling. They're in a poor state of repair now. Some of the old brickwork there as well underneath the concrete base. And here we've got some old gates, look. Look at that, eh? Old gates. All chained up. Quite ornamental actually. And we come to the end of the railings just here. And here's Coles Lane now. And all the way down Coles Lane. It's quite a steep hill actually, this Coles Lane. You can see how steep it goes. You can see the wall as well on the side, look. Okay, so there we go. There's the site of the old Hilltop High School. Okay then, so there we go. There was our little look at where the old Hilltop High School used to stand. So we do have a bit of at least 3 reminders of the school, including the caretaker's house, the metal railings around the front, and the old wall down the sides, which goes down Coles Lane. Other than that, it's just a housing estate now. Nothing left to remind you that a school stood there from 1911. Anyway, that's the end of that one then. So if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.